Welcome back to 1200 plus PYQ series of CSIR NET question. This question was asked in NET December 2019. I know the question seems quite big, but if I say an overall summary, then the question is saying that if F and P denotes the force between a neutron and proton, F and N denote the force between neutron and neutron, PP denote the force between proton and proton, then which of the following option is true? Okay, let us deeply analyze this question. Okay, let us read it. The question says the strong nuclear force between a neutron and a proton in a zero orbital angular momentum state is denoted as Fnp, which is a function of r, and here r is the separation between them. Okay, similarly Fn and r, Fppr denote the forces between a pair of neutron and proton respectively in the zero orbital momentum state. Now, which of the following is true on average if the internucleon distance is 0.2 femtometer less than r less than 2 femtometer? Means r lies between 0.2 femtometer to 2 femtometer. Okay, your options are: first option, F and P is attractive for triplet spin state, F and N and FPP are always repulsive. Your second option, F and N and F and P are always attractive and FPP is repulsive in the triplet spin state. Your third option, FPP and FNP are always attractive and FNN is always repulsive. And your last option is all three forces are always attractive. Okay, let us solve this. To solve this, we must calculate the nucleon spin interaction potential. Okay, let S1 be the spin of first nucleon, S2 be the spin of second nucleon, then the total spin is given as S is equals to S1 plus S2, and the spin interaction potential is given as S1 dot S2. We will calculate S1 dot S2. Okay, now S square means squaring this. S square can be given as S1 plus S2 multiplied with S1 plus S2. If you will expand it, then we can write S square is equal to S1 square plus S2 square plus 2 S1 dot S2. From here what we will do, we will simply write the value of S1 dot S2. So S1 dot S2 is equals to S square minus S1 square minus S2 square divided by 2. Okay, now we know that the value of S is equals to S into S plus 1 H cross root over. Okay, S into S plus 1 H cross root over. Okay, root over is only with S into S plus 1, H is outside. Okay, so when you square it, that is S square, this S square, we are getting S into S plus 1 H cross square. Similarly S1 square, so we know that this S1 is equals to root over of S1 multiplied with S1 plus 1. Okay, then H cross outside. So when you will square it, we are getting S1 multiplied with S1 plus 1 into H cross square. Okay, so let us see it. S1 dot S2 is equal to S square minus S1 square minus S2 square by 2. So if you write it, then we can write as S1 dot S2 equal to H cross square, taking common S square can be written as S into S plus 1 multiplied with H cross square. Since H cross square we are taking from all the terms, so it is at outside. Okay, so and S1 square can be written as S1 multiplied with S1 plus 1, outside is H cross square, S2 square can be written as S2 multiplied with S2 plus 1. We are taking H cross square outside, okay, and by 2. Hence we are getting that S1 dot S2 is equal to H cross square multiplied with S into S plus 1 minus S1 into S1 plus 1 minus S2 multiplied with S2 plus 1 divided by 2, where S is, as told earlier, S is total spin, S1 is spin of first nucleon, S2 is the spin of second nucleon, S1 S2 is the nucleon spin interaction potential. Okay, now we will check for singlet whether it is coming positive or negative. Now we will check for triplet whether this interaction potential is coming positive or negative. Okay, we know that for a singlet state the value of total spin S is equals to 0 and S1 is equal to half and S2 is equal to half. For nucleons this spin is half and their total spin is 0 for the singlet state. So what we will do, we will simply put the value of S is equal to 0 here, S1 is equals to half here, and S2 is equals to half here, and we will simplify it. So on putting the value of S equal to 0, S1 equal to half and S2 is equal to half, we are getting S1 dot S2 is equal to 0 multiplied with 0 plus 1 minus half multiplied with half plus 1 minus half multiplied with half plus 1 whole divided by 2 multiplied with H cross square. Okay, so this is coming 0. Now half multiplied with half plus 1, that is half multiplied with half plus 1. So we will solve this half plus 1 taking 2 as LCM. We are getting 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 multiplied with half, we are getting 3 by 4. Similarly here also we are getting 3 by 4. So 0 minus 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4 whole divided by 2 multiplied with H cross square. So we are getting minus 3 by 4 H cross square. Okay, so the spin potential is negative for singlet state. Okay, for the singlet state as equal to 0, the spin potential is found to be negative. Now let us calculate the spin interaction potential for triplet state. We know that for a triplet state the value of spin S is equal to 1, for nucleon half, okay, half and half. So S1 equal to half, S2 is equal to half. So we will simply put the value of S, S1 and S2 here. Okay, we know that the spin interaction potential for nucleon can be written as S into S plus 1 minus S1 multiplied with S1 plus 1 minus S2 multiplied with S2 plus 1 whole divided by 2 multiplied with H cross square. So in place of S I will put 1, in place of S1 I will put half, in place of S2 I will put half. So half, okay, so here half, and here 1. So first we will write it as S1 dot S2 is equals to 1 multiplied with 1 plus 1, that is 1 multiplied with 2 minus half multiplied with half plus 1, then again minus half multiplied with half plus 1 multiplied with H cross square. Okay, let us solve it. So the nucleon spin interaction potential can be given as S1 dot S2 is equals to 2 minus 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4 whole divided by 2 multiplied with H cross square. Okay, so what we will do, we will solve it, then we are getting 1 by 4 H cross square. Okay, so for triplet state we are getting that the spin potential is found to be positive. For triplet state the spin potential is positive, for singlet state the spin potential is negative. And remember that if this potential is negative then the force is attractive, if the potential is positive then the force is repulsive. Okay, so what we got that for singlet state the interaction potential is negative, means singlet state force is attractive, triplet state force is repulsive. Let's see, is there any option matching with it? Okay, let's see it. So let us find the option. The first option is saying that triplet state is attractive, which is wrong because we have found that the triplet state is repulsive. Second state, second option, that is the triplet state. Okay, the triplet state is repulsive. Okay, it is saying that the triplet spin state is repulsive. Okay, so it is the correct option. Now let us check the other option also. The other option was saying that F and N is always repulsive, but if F and N is for triplet state, then it is repulsive. Okay, but if it is for singlet state, then it is attractive. So this is also not possible. The last option is saying that all the forces are always attractive. All the three forces are always attractive. It is also not possible because we have seen that for interaction potential to be found to be negative, the forces are attractive, but there are chances for triplet state that this interaction potential is positive, means the forces are repulsive. So D is not correct, C is not correct, E is not correct, hence option B is correct. For more solution to the CSIR net question, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.